What's up? What's up? Y'all know, once again, I'm here. Just wanted to, matter of fact, let me make sure I got everything straight and that you guys can you hear me. Let me turn that on mute. I'm sure I am live right now at the moment. Okay, so gonna wait a little bit for some folks to get on here. Share to a group. Okay. Wow, they got a lot of stuff for prompt engineering. Yeah, I'm cool on that one. Whoa, they got a ton of videos for prompt engineering. Let's see. Oh, they got prompt engineering. Microsoft has prompt engineering for ChatGPT. That's interesting. All right, let's go through this one.
Have been using the skill to make money and build businesses. And no, you don't need any coding experience.
Nope.
This guide is intended for anyone looking to add this foundational skill of prompt engineering to their toolkit so they can...
So prompt engineering is literally just showing you how to talk to ChatGPT. I actually need to open another window. I'm actually going to make this window small.
access more opportunities within
so
AI.
Literally,
so
prompt
what is
engineering.
prompt engineering? In plain English, prompting is the process of instructing an AI to do a task. We tell the AI, for example GPT-3, a set of instructions, and it performs the task based on those instructions. Prompts can vary in complexity from a phrase to a question to multiple paragraphs worth of text. I'm sure you've all played around with ChatGPT. The text that you provide in that dialog box is your prompt. However, most of the value created through prompting is not done with ChatGPT. More on this later. The reason prompt engineering, or more simply put, how you construct your prompts is so important and so valuable is because of a concept called garbage in, garbage out. Essentially, the quality of your input determines the quality of your output. When you have large language models like GPT-3 that are massive and are just a soup of data, your ability to write great prompts directly determines your ability to extract value from them. The importance of prompt engineering can be illustrated with a simple example here in OpenAI's playground. Here on screen we have a basic math equation, and if I submit that, you'll see that it actually comes back with an incorrect answer. This simple error can easily be fixed with a little bit of prompt engineering. Here I've added, make sure to put the right amount of zeros even if there are many. And just like that, we have the correct answer of 9 billion. As you can see, changing your prompting just a little bit can have drastic effects on having a correct or incorrect answer. While extremely obvious on simple math tasks like this, these slight prompt differences can have an enormous effect on more complex tasks. All this begs the question, how can we make prompts that yield optimal results on any task? This question is the core focus of prompt engineering. Within this video, we will be using the OpenAI playground for our prompting. It is crucial to understand that the playground is not the same as ChatGPT. If you're unfamiliar with the playground, it provides us with a flexible platform that we can interact with all of the OpenAI suite of products in their natural state. And by natural state, I mean the form that we get access to them through the OpenAI APIs. This is important to understand because anything that you can achieve within the playground can then be scaled and then productized and sold. More on that later. If you didn't know, ChatGPT is actually an application that OpenAI has built on top of the GPT-3 model that we're going to be accessing through the playground. The difference...
So GPT-3 is an older version, and it's on, he's using this as the playground model, right? And the playground model is on OpenAI. So right now, currently, ChatGPT is at version 4, and I believe that a version 5 is coming out soon. So basically, this is just a simple overview of ChatGPT. I actually want to find a more in-depth one. I'm going to go back. This one looked promising. So
studies show
here.
if you tap a coworker on the shoulder with
Please don't judge me.
it takes
I got
23
ads on my
minutes to get back
YouTube,
to
so
full
I don't care. So this one has chapters. So we want to watch this one. So prompt engineering is basically how you talk to ChatGPT.
This video where we are going to get started on prompt engineering. So before we jump into what prompt engineering is, we need to clear up something. And you might know the answer to the following question, or you might not. So without any
this is not my
further
voice.
ado, let's go ahead and let's address the elephant in the room. What are prompts? So I will not try to reinvent the wheel. What I will do is I will go here in ChatGPT and I will ask him what is a prompt. I will not give you any spoilers in terms that I will not use a specific prompt, I will not use a very detailed prompt. I will simply ask ChatGPT a question. So here we get the response from ChatGPT. As I told
He's
you,
literally asking ChatGPT what a prompt
We
is.
just need to ask ChatGPT what is a prompt in terms of prompt engineering, of course. So in the context of prompt engineering, a prompt is a starting point or a piece of text that is used to generate natural language responses from a language model. A prompt can be a few words or a longer piece of text, and it is designed to elicit a specific type of response from the model. The goal of prompt engineering is to create prompts that lead to high quality responses. Well, now here we go into what is prompt engineering. But you got a point. A prompt is just the text I gave ChatGPT to get this output. So it's what you type in here. It's basically the input you give ChatGPT. Prompts can be used in a variety of applications, including chatbots like ChatGPT, question answering systems, and language translation systems. They are a key component of many natural language processing system, short for NLP. We'll discuss more about what NLPs are, what is GPT, and some other abbreviations.
So basically, right, you ask GPT a prompt, right? So I'll go into ChatGPT, right? So boom, you see I got a lot of conversations with ChatGPT. I've been literally just figuring out and taking my time on how to talk to ChatGPT in order to be in a position to get the output that I want, right? So sitting here, let's just say you want to create somewhat of a persona. Matter of fact, there's a great video that I want to send to myself so that you guys can watch it and you can see it on Facebook. So I'll go to my. Oh, you could go. Oh, okay. So let's just say I need you to be a high level prompt engineer for Chat GPT, right? So right now I'm turning my learning system into what it is that I needed to turn into in order for me to get the right output. So I need you to be a high level prompt engineering. I put engineer for Chat GPT. Enter. So it's going to automatically spit stuff out. Absolutely, I'd be more than happy to assist you as a high level prompt engineer for ChatGPT. My aim is to guide you through the process of creating effective prompts, understanding the nuances of interaction, leveraging the capabilities of GPT for optimal results. Optimal results. Let's begin. Would you like to start with understanding the principles of designing prompts, or do you have specific areas you like to focus on, such as conversational designs, instructional designs, narrative designs? So I would like to start with the principles of designing prompts. Clarity. Look, it's literally spitting out things that I need in order to talk to it directly. So clarity, specificity, context, directness, prompt structure, narrative refinement, understanding the limitations of the model, right? So let's just say, take number one and imagine that you are a social media marketer. What are the initial questions I can ask you to help grow my Instagram following? Look at this. So it literally just starts pumping out information. As a social media marketer, here are a few questions that you could ask me to help grow your Instagram following. So what it gave me, audience insights. Who is the target audience for your Instagram account? Now, I'm just keeping this in the context of social media marketing. I wanted to make it super simple. Keeping it in the context of social media marketing. So, as a social media marketer, here are a few questions you could ask me to help grow your Instagram following. Crazy. I literally asked it to be a master of prompt engineering all the way at the beginning. I need you to be a high-level prompt engineer for ChatGPT. And we started the conversation. When you are interacting with ChatGPT, you need to be having a conversation with it. Whereas you're building more and more context, and you don't have to have, you can have a long prompt, right? But you're building context as you go along so that you can specifically get the answers to your questions, right? So boom. What I said was, I need you to take, we wanted to start with the principles of design prompts, right? So it said, clarity, specificity, context, directness, prompt structure, iterative refinement, understanding model limitations, right? So I said, I need you to take number one, which is clarity, and imagine that you are a social media marketer. What are the initial questions that I can ask you to help grow my Instagram following? It literally gave me what I need to be asking it in order to grow my Instagram following? Audience insights. Who is your target audience? Duh. Can you provide some insight into their preferences and behaviors? Content strategy. What type of content resonates the most with my target audience? These are literally questions that it came up with that you can ask it so you can get an answer. Crazy, right? Content strategy. What type of content resonates the most with my target audience? How frequently should I post? I'm going to go through all these questions, right? Hashtags and keywords. This is what I asked ChatGPT to ask itself in order for me to optimize my prompts. Or, we're talking about prompt engineering, so I need to optimize my prompts. Hashtag and keywords. What are the best practices for using hashtag and keywords to increase the visibility of my posts? Engagement techniques. How can I increase engagement on my posts? What are some effective strategies for encouraging comments, likes, and shares? Influencer collaboration. Should I consider collaborating with influencers? If so, what's the best way to approach and work with them? Analytics. How should I interpret and utilize Instagram analytics to guide my content strategy? Instagram features. How can I effectively utilize Instagram features like stories, reels, IGTV to attract and retain followers? Promotion and ads. When and how should I use Instagram ads or promotions to reach a larger audience? Community building. How can I build a sense of community among my followers? Instagram SEO. I bet you a lot of you guys didn't know that you could optimize your search engines SEO, your search engine optimization. You can optimize it on your social media, right? How does Instagram SEO work, and how can I optimize my account? So I asked it to take, going all the way back to the beginning. I said I needed you to be a high level prompt engineer for ChatGPT. Boom, spit out something, right? Spit this out right here. Then it said, would you like to start with the understanding of the principles of designing prompts? Okay, I'm getting text messages. My boy Steve was saying. I'm on Facebook. My bad, y'all. So it asked me the principles of designing prompts. Crazy, right? So boom. I said I would like to start with the principles of designing prompts. So ChatGPT spit out the principles of design prompts, right? Clarity, specificity, context, directness, prompt structure, iterative refinement, understanding the model limitations. So I told ChatGPT to take number one and imagine that you are a social media marketer. What are the initial questions that I can ask you to help grow my Instagram following? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pick one of these questions, right? I'm going to pick, let's see, engagement techniques. But I'll combine two of the questions, right? And write it in a way where I'll actually use me as a as a use case, right? So my audience for Instagram are people who have locks. No, let's do this. Are people who play video games. Who, let's say, what is their preferences and behaviors, and how frequently can I post about video games? I'm asking it questions. So it's going to begin to spit things out, right? And it's literally building a persona on gamers. It's building a persona on gamers right now. So, gaming interests. Spit out number 1, gaming interests. Video game enthusiasts on Instagram can have a wide range of interests. Some might be more interested in PC gaming, while others might prefer console or mobile gaming, right? Some might prefer certain genres such as RPGs, first-person shooters, or indie games, right? Understanding the specific interests of your audience So if you understand the specific interests of your audience, it can help you tailor your content to their preferences. Crazy. Content preferences. Video game players often appreciate high quality screenshots, clips, and exciting gameplay, game reviews, updates on releases, literally gaming news. It's telling me what gamers like based on the information that I asked it to tell me. So boom, we're going to continue. How are we going to engage? Gamers tend to be a highly engaged audience. They're often eager to discuss their favorite games, share their achievements, and exchange tips and strategies. Encouraging this kind of interaction and can help build a vibrant community around your Instagram account. Crazy, right? Posting. Now, I also asked it how frequently should I be posting, right? A common practice for Instagram is to post once a day to keep your audience engaged without overwhelming them. However, the optimal frequency can vary based on your audience's performance and your content. So it's telling me exactly how I need to engage and interact with the persona that I'm building. So I'm going to go a little bit deeper, specifically on gamers, right? Build me a persona of a gamer who likes Call of Duty. What are their behaviors? And where do they typically frequent? I'm just asking it questions to build context. So I asked it to build me a persona of a gamer who likes Call of Duty, right? What are their behaviors and where do they typically frequent, right? So created a persona. Competitive Chris, age 25. His occupation, he works in tech, spends a lot of time on computers and is comfortable with technology. His gaming platform of choice, he primarily plays on a console, but he likes primarily plays on a console, likely the latest PlayStation or Xbox. He also has a high-end PC for some specific games and occasional streaming. Gaming preferences, loves first-person shooters, right? That's what I typed in, right? Playing style, multiplayer mode, especially games like Team Deathmatch, Battle Royale, and Call of Duty. Online behavior, forums, communities. Check this out, forums and communities. It gave me the forums and communities that this particular player might be in, right? Reddit, right? Call of Duty forums. Potentially uses Discord servers to communicate with his gaming friends. He enjoys discussing gameplay strategies, upcoming updates and releases, shareable memorable moments, right? Esports, interested in Call of Duty esports scene, follows professional tournaments, knows top players, occasionally participates in local or online tournaments. Pain points, right? This is all part of the persona that I asked it to build for a gamer who likes Call of Duty, right? Hates cheaters in the game, dislikes long waiting times for new updates, and can get frustrated by any server inability during peak hours. So we're going to go all the way back to the beginning, right? I said, and this is just all to build context for whatever it is that you want to do on ChatGPT, like literally whatever you want to do on ChatGPT. So I need you to be a high-level prompt engineer for ChatGPT. Boom, got that. It told me that it will be more than happy to assist me as a high-level prompt engineer. And it told me that I need to begin with the understanding of certain principles in designing prompts, right? So that's what I asked it. I said I would like to start with the principle of design prompts, right? So he said, great. I don't know if it's a he or a she, right? It said, great. Told me number one, clarity, right? So I said, take number one and imagine that you are a social media marketer. What are the initial questions that I need to ask you in order to grow my Instagram following? My audience insight. Who is the target audience for my Instagram account? Right? Content strategy, hashtag keywords, engagement techniques, influencer collaborations, analytics, Instagram features, promotions and ads, community building, Instagram SEO. Gaming interests, right? I then asked it based upon the questions that it told me that I need to ask it, ChatGPT. My audience for Instagram are people who play video games. What is their preferences, behaviors, and how frequently can I post about them? These are literally questions that I'm asking ChatGPT that it told me to ask it. From that, it gave me a persona based upon gamers. It gave me a persona based upon gamers, right? So, and that's exactly what I asked it, right? That's exactly what I asked it. Build me a persona of a gamer who likes Call of Duty. Call of Duty is an extremely popular game in the gaming world, right? It's a first-person shooter, right? What are their behaviors and where do they typically frequent? Build me a persona of competitive Chris. Age 25, works in technology, spends a ton of time on computers, plays on PC, likes the PlayStation, likes the Xbox, likes first-person shooters, the playing style, online behavior. Now, let's see, does competitive Chris have any other potential online behaviors that we could use to target this persona on Instagram? So boom, it's giving me more behaviors of competitive Chris. Competitive Chris has more than just these online behaviors, right? Competitive Chris has more online behaviors. And now I'm building context on the persona of the person that I want to target on Instagram in order to engage my following. Based on the designing prompts that ChatGPT gave me to ask it, right? So I'm asking ChatGPT questions that it told me to ask it so that I could be in a position to build my persona for a esports enthusiast by the name of Competitive Chris. So the rest of Competitive Chris's persona, online persona or online actions, he likes to share content. He loves certain Instagram features like stories or Instagram reels, right? The hashtags for the stories are like that he would follow are Call of Duty, COD, gaming clips. He likes to interact with influencers. He likely follows and engages with posts from gaming influencers, professional gamers, and game-related accounts. Collaborating with these influencers could increase your exposure to Chris. Community participation. Chris may participate in comments and direct messages, giving his opinion on game strategies, updates, or other players' content. Seeking tips and tricks, right? Since Competitive Chris is an enthusiast, he might be wanting to seek tips and tricks on Instagram, which is something that you could utilize in order to build your persona on Competitive Chris. But the reason why we got to the point of Competitive Chris going all the way back is the initial high-level prompt engineer for ChatGPT. We told ChatGPT to be a high-level prompt engineer so that we could get to the point where we can build a persona for Competitive Chris. So ChatGPT again, we want to start with the principles of design prompts because that's what ChatGPT said. Where would we want to start? Would you like to start with understanding the principles of designing prompts? And yes, that's exactly where we wanted to start. And this was we built all this off of one part of the designing prompts, of the principles of the design prompts on ChatGPT that we asked it. So we just went from number one, which was clarity. We went from number one, which was the clarity, right? And we're going to continue to go from there. So ensure that your prompts are clear and unambiguous. The language model will try to generate a response based on the information and instructions that you provide, but actually ChatGPT provided it. So the more clear and direct you are with your prompt, the better your outcome and the better the outcome will likely be. Moving forward, take number one. Once again, I asked it to be a social media marketer so we could build this persona based off of what ChatGPT told us to do. As a social media marketer, here are a few questions that you could ask me to help grow your Instagram following. Incredible. Audience insights, content strategies, blah, 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 blah. My audience for Instagram are people who play video games. We're asking ChatGPT based upon what it spit out. What is their preferences and behaviors, and how frequently can I post about video games? ChatGPT gave me a whole slew of things that my video game audience would like. Moving forward, I asked ChatGPT to build me a persona of a gamer who likes Call of Duty, and what are their behaviors? What do they typically frequent? Competitive Chris. Spit out everything that I needed to know about Competitive Chris. Works in tech, gaming platforms, game preferences, playing style, online behavior, right? Then I asked it, does Competitive Chris have any other potential online behaviors that we could use to target this person on Instagram? Absolutely. Content sharing, Instagram features, interactions with influencers, community participation, seeking tips and tricks, esports engagement. All of this stuff, it came from the one question. I need you. That wasn't a question. It was more so of a statement. I need you to be a high level. I need you to be a high level prompt engineer. We use that one question to build a full persona for social media marketing to our targeted audience. So we have content sharing, Instagram features, interactions and influencers, community participation, seeking tips and tricks, esports engagement, and interest in related games. So we did all of that from one initial statement. I need you to be a high-level prompt engineer for ChatGPT. All from one initial statement. And because we had something specific in mind, right? That was number two. Specificity, right? Being specific in your prompts will usually lead you to a better response. Instead of asking me, tell me about plants, you could describe the process of photosynthesis in green plants, which is very specific, right? And that's what we did. We got specific. I said, take number one and imagine that you are a social media marketer. What are the initial questions? We're starting to get specific in order to build a context with ChatGPT. We're getting a little bit more specific, right? My audience for Instagram are people who play video games. More specific. What are their preferences and how frequently can I post about video games? Getting more and more specific as time goes on. Build me a persona of a gamer, more specific, who likes Call of Duty. What are their behaviors and and where do they typically frequent? Getting even more specific, and we've built a complete persona for our gamer, right? And that was all from one statement. All from one statement. Now on the left-hand side, it saves, right? It saves right here on ChatGPT, and I'm able to go and grab it whenever I want, right? So let's go ahead and start a new chat. Go back to ChatGPT 4. So I will say, I need to create an in-depth article around, let me think of something interesting right now. I don't know, around how to drive a car, right? You are the expert at driving cars, and you know all things A to Z when it comes to driving cars. So my initial question, I'm prompting it to tell me how to drive cars. Boom. It's going to spit out a whole bunch of stuff. Let's just say how to drive a car. A comprehensive guide on how to drive a car. And you see how specific I got. I need to create an in-depth article around how to drive a car. You are the expert at driving cars and you know all things A to Z when it comes to driving cars. My initial prompt was extremely specific. Hence, prompt engineering, going all the way back to this right here. My prompt engineering, we went all the way back to the beginning, being extremely specific with how we talk to ChatGPT. We have to be extremely specific, and I use the example of building a persona, being a social media marketer, and building a persona for a person who plays video games, being extremely specific. So it literally spit out how to drive a car, a comprehensive guide. Now, peep this. Suggest pictures that I should use for my comprehensive car guide. So it's giving me suggestions on what type of pictures I should use when creating my comprehensive how to drive a car I guess guide, right? So right now I asked it suggest pictures that are, and this is all super top level, super high level with ChatGPT, and I want to go over this a whole lot more. So sure, here are some suggestions for images that you can use to enrich your guide. So let's just say, for instance, you had a designer, you wanted to put this together for how to drive a car, comprehensive guide. Well, guess what? You can make it very easy for that particular designer. You have all the words here, and you have the possible pictures that can be used for the guide. So this all comes from how you prompt ChatGPT. If you prompt it the correct way, it will give you what you need. Now, it takes a little bit of time just to kind of understand how to talk to ChatGPT, but you can use this in a variety of industries. It does not matter what industry you are in. You can use this to work smarter and not harder, right? There are ways where you could utilize ChatGPT and combine it with other AI tools in order to get an even greater experience with ChatGPT. I'll go over Midjourney a little while, which is AI generated pictures, right? I'll go over that later, but I just wanted to do a brief overview of ChatGPT and how to be a prompt engineer for ChatGPT. I just wanted to talk briefly about it. We've been on for about 40 minutes. So I'm going to save this video and I'm going to upload it to my YouTube, and I'm also going to upload it to my Facebook as well. So I hope you guys got some type of value from this. If you have any questions, please make sure you ask me. Please don't be afraid to tap in, and let's go from there. All right, everybody. Talk to y'all later. Peace.